What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video we'll be talking about Ethereum. It is the second day of November. Here we are at about $3,800, $3,900, right in that range. 8 hours, 30 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, okay? As we're grinding this area out, we have one stab down, 2, 3, 4. I don't like that look. This look to me makes me think that we're going to break out to the downside. And me, being an average human being with eyeballs, just at a first glance looking at this, I'm assuming that I'm not alone. I'm assuming that the majority of the market is looking exactly at the same thing and probably concluding the same ideas that, hey, this looks like it wants to break out to the downside. Therefore, I'm bullish. Therefore, I'm bullish. I'm trying to incept myself. I don't know what the proper word would be. I'm trying to play contrarian here, but while also playing herd mentality at the same time and trying to use that. I would imagine most people looking at this, myself included, just right off the bat, you would think it's going lower, and therefore I think it's going higher. Does that make any sense? Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Let's dissect from there, and then we'll zoom back out and we'll see if any of this makes sense. If we are going lower, we'll see it in the charts, hopefully. If it looks like we're going to find support here and move higher, hopefully there's some indications of that as well. What I can't say is where we're finding support on a closing basis is right where we found resistance before, right where we found resistance before, back here, back here, back here. It's not perfect, but still right in these areas where we did find resistance before. It's a good enough area, in my opinion, to find support and move up higher. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out from there. Okay. 1 hour time frame, total absence of volume since the weekend hit, right? Isn't it funny, right? This is the week, and then this is the weekend. No volume, right? Weekend right here. You can just see it, right? Look literally Friday to Sunday, right there, right there. It's perfect. Moving sideways, being very boring. I would think that. I just would think that if we were to move lower, we would have done it already. Why give these opportunities for people to short and continue to short at these prime levels if we're going to move lower? I mean, maybe we still do. Let's see, what's the past 30 days? More shorts than longs, but still a very low amount of shorts and longs compared to what we normally see. Pretty 50-50, but it's the weekend. I feel like that's pretty typical. Shorts dominate the longs. There's a lot of shorts, guys. There are like billions of dollars of shorts to liquidate at $4,300 there. There's like $6.5 billion in shorts to liquidate at a $4,300 price. So, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, like right here. Looking at this on the 1 hour with the indicators here, we do have lower lows in the RSI. We do have lower lows in the price as well. So that is like bearish convergence, but that's nothing too dramatic. From a low here to a high there. Should I take this high or should I do the fake out high? I feel like just the nature of this move, normally I wouldn't take the fake out highs, but because it's been a slow crawl up, maybe we should. We're right at the 236. I suppose it's fine enough to find support here. We could move lower, and the lowest that I'd give you right now is 38.20. If we were to move lower, 3,800, 38.20, somewhere around there, you probably find support there and then move up higher. So I could get behind that where we come down, we find support at the 382, prior areas of support back here, prior area of support right back here as well. Find support there and then bounce. So $3,800, 38.20. We're at 38.67. I could get behind that. I could definitely get behind that. 1 hour RSI, volatile, neutral. You're at an area to bounce, really, to move higher. So that disagrees with my thought that we go lower. The stochastics look like they want to bounce here too, which disagrees with the thought of going lower. And the MACD is also at a place to bounce, being right here at the 0, which also disagrees with my thought of going lower. So maybe we're not going to 3,800. Maybe we really are just pumping from here. I don't know. 25 minutes left. Nobody knows, man. We're figuring it out, though. 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour RSI rejecting the 50 here does make me think we'd go lower. Man, we're just back and forth with this, aren't we? The stochastics make me think we go lower. What am I missing here? Let's see. You're building bearish momentum. You do have lower lows. And your stochastics, while ranging from overbought to oversold, you're spending more time, it looks like, down here at the oversold zone. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to stick with it, okay? If we move lower, 38.20 to 3,800 is where we find support. I'm sticking with that, okay? Maybe just below 3,800. Maybe barely just below, but something at these low areas. I think we're going to pull back at some point and find support there. Then we should move up higher. With a pullback to that magnitude, that very insignificant magnitude, I think that we would find support at the 50. We would find support here at the 40 on the RSI, and the MACD. The MACD, to be completely fair, has been kind of unreliable since we've been range bound. Whenever you're moving sideways like this, the MACD does become unreliable, and especially so on these shorter term time frames, right? Breaking above the zero did lead us here. Breaking below the zero did lead us lower, to be fair, but I think slowly but surely we will move up. Overall, the MACD is neutral, kind of bearish, but neutral. Looking at the daily time frame here, zooming out a little bit more. The daily MACD, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Daily MACD looks like it does want to bounce here, like we do want to move higher. So again, just that would agree with the idea that the drop that we have is going to be very insignificant. It's not going to be much. 8 hours, 23 minutes left in the day. I would think we go down to 3,800, 3,820 by the end of today, and we come back up all at once, right? I would think that we close somewhere around here today, if not higher. The stochastics are at an area to bounce, the MACD is at an area to bounce, and the RSI bouncing off the 40s nice as well. Could continue higher. Overall, kind of neutral with the RSI. Definitely bullish as hell overall, but neutral right now. I'm sticking with it, man. I don't think that we're going to break below this level. I don't think that we do. If we do, cool. Go down to 3,600, go down to 3,550, 3,500 itself. Maybe that's where we go to find support. Cool, do it. I don't think we're going to, though. Even if we do, we're going to come back up. Even if we don't, we're going to come back up. And I really do believe that we're on the precipice of breaking out of this overall range that we've been in now since August, right? This what we can call a bull flag, right? I think it's very clear that this is a bull flag. And if it is a bull flag, which it is, you take the low to the high. I don't think I even took the proper low. You measure that out, low to high there. That should take you up to $8,300, right? $8,300, maybe even a little bit higher, $8,600, depending on where you want to measure from. If you're taking the scam wick from the 10th, okay, $8,300. If you're not including that, then $8,600, $8,700 might be what we're looking at here. We put that measure move back on. We take a high here to a low there. And you can see, I mean, it's right there in line with our golden ratio. It's somewhat common enough to wick above the golden ratio too. So I truly wouldn't be surprised if that's where we went. That's the expectation. Likely sometime between now and the end of the year, Ethereum will be at $8,000 or higher. Somewhere between $8,000 and $11,000 is what I'm thinking for Ethereum by the end of 2025. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think it's very clear that what Ethereum's doing here is you had a very massive V-shaped recovery, okay? Like a proper V-shaped recovery, you found resistance just above the V. Typically, that's what happens. You stop just above the V. Now you're consolidating back at where you found resistance before, finding healthy support here consistently. You're ready to break out higher. This is just a stop in what is an overall move higher, right? I think it's very obvious looking at this time frame who's in charge, right? The upside's in charge. You take months to move down a little bit. You take 1 week to erase all of that, right? It took you here. Well, it took like several months. 2 weeks from the low, you were back above any of these prices. So 2 weeks from now, Ethereum could very well be at new all-time highs, pushing higher to that 8,000 and beyond target by the end of the year. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care. Short term, minimal downside, and then up we go. Bye-bye.